roadmap? Where are we standing? What are the next, things coming? When do you have anything to say about that?
So roadmap. So we said a while ago, actually, when we published the first roadmap, that we would have we gave some dates for many updates. So we are actually working on 2.5. It's a very big update, much bigger than 2.4 actually. So yeah, I don't have a date yet. So that might have some disappointment for you, but hey, it's like for the last updates, we had to postpone them because of various issues. We didn't want to go too fast because, as we mentioned a few times, we want a decent pace. We want to catch up with KR at some point. So, but we don't want to rush it. We want to let you enjoy the game as much as each update as much as we can. So yeah, we're working on 2.5. I cannot give a specific date for now. Just know that when we announce a date, that will mean that we are ready. Like, we want to make sure when we announce it, it's set in stone, it won't move, except if there is an absolute last-minute thing. But yeah, we had to postpone a few times, so we want to avoid it again. We want to make sure we can be like, how can I say that? I'm losing my words. Sorry. We want to earn your trust again, keep our credibility.
So long story short, no date, but of course 2.5 is being prepared right now.
Of course, we are working on it.
There's going to be also an update after that, obviously. But right now we cannot give like a date for it, right?
Yeah, I can't
not
give
even
more details.
Before end of the year and nothing, right?
I can't say. I was told to not say, so.
I'm not very happy about this answer. I know for a fact that we did a lot of things about bots. I'm in the team, I'm speaking with people. Maybe not everyone sees it, but most of you have seen it, like that there's been a lot of action. So what are we doing right now? What's going on? What can you tell us?
So yeah, as we just said, we made a lot of progress on bots. Even many players started noticing it. Like in Discord, I see many discussions that there are less bots. It's still not enough, of course. We totally realize that. So yeah, we made a lot of progress recently. We found new ways to find bots and to sanction them. We will, of course, keep fighting because, as I said, it's still not enough. So there will always be a few bots that, like, we know it's a very hard fight to totally win. But yeah, I think we're on the right track and we'll keep there. We will try more stuff. Of course, I can't give details about what we will try. That would just make it easier for bots to defend against. So,
yeah, usually, as far as I remember, the policy is always the same. The less we say, the more we have flexibility and freedom to take actions in the background. The more we explain, the harder it's going to be to catch.
Because they will know how we check stuff, and so yeah.
I know that many people believe that because we don't explain, it means we're not doing anything. Well,
of course.
Obviously, everyone that's played the games can see that we're doing stuff because, won't go into the details, but it's visible if you are there. But of course, as usual, doesn't mean we think everything is perfect, that the fight is over, that we did the best ever, and there is nothing to improve, right?
Yeah, the fight against bots is a real cat and mouse game. There's no end. It will.
Yeah, I think that's also like kind of state of mind of the Aion team. Like, we are constantly willing to improve the quality of what we are offering to you guys, and yeah.
So yeah, we will try more things. So you might see even less bots in the very recent future.
Hopefully.
I can't say more.
Server merges. I guess that's for probably the second server, right?
Yeah, of course, because most people on Atria don't really...
Atria is... I see no complaints about it, but I see some about... Damn, I forgot the name of our segment. Tabata.
How could you?
How could I? Yes.
So, yeah, no, actually, as usual, like, it's an answer we've given a few times, so sorry in advance. I will give a bit more details. So yeah, we always monitor our both servers. Actually, both populations are very healthy. There are a bit less people on Tahabata, but the server is still very active. So there is no merge planned for now. We won't rule it out. If we think at some point it's best for you to merge servers, then we will, of course, consider it. But for now, no, it's not in the tube. Is that how we say?
Oh, let's pick this one because it's interesting, and I have myself an answer to give about it, about faction balance. It's not on our list, but I see it in the chat. I mean, faction balance, in my experience, is not something you can really control that much.
Yeah, we can't force it. We tried a few things on live, like a long time ago, before I even joined Aion and Gameforge, so yeah, it was a very long time ago.
NC tried 27 things.
Yeah, and it's not possible to
Nothing really ever worked.
We can maybe advise people to go on the less populated faction, like to make things even. But yeah, we understand it's very hard, and I actually think, like compared to what it used to be, like it's not balanced totally, but...
I mean, absolute balance, 50-50.
Yeah, it's also impossible.
Is not realistic anyway, and not
that's bad actually.
Not something you can reach. That's for sure. But of course, that's something like that the team usually checks. Like what we see the number of characters in each faction. We have all the stats, but influencing directly is harder than you think, because even with incentives and stuff, it has been tried in the past, and honestly, it never really worked. You know, nothing ever really worked. Instead, locking a faction, but when you have only 2 servers, that's a very risky approach.
Yeah, and usually people will just wait until the block is lifted and get on the other faction.
And then it's again the same problem. So yeah, just wanted to catch this one because I know more or less what we can say about that. Balic materials. So yeah,
that's a very big topic that has been for a few weeks now. Balic materials, they are not enough, they don't drop enough. We want to be very cautious on this. Like we didn't want to change it too fast because such change is like it's a huge change. If we change the drop rate directly, it will bring way more changes, maybe some stuff that we don't anticipate. So we were very cautious there. What I can say though is that we are absolutely looking into this, and there might be something coming very soon. I can't say more yet, but yeah, we have something planned regarding Balic mats.
Okay, but also just to be clear, then again, I have a bit of knowledge on those topics, so it's not like those are part of the game that we can change like this and decide on our own, like, let's change the drops, like... No, usually actually the drops is always something we have to discuss with NCSoft, right? We can never just decide to... That's why also it's funny for us when we see people like, oh, you nerfed the drops. Like, we're not even allowed to do such a thing.
Yeah, it's usually just the official.
So whenever I see it, I'm like, no, it didn't happen. How do you know? Because we cannot even do it. So, and that's the same for improving. It's like, it's nothing we can decide on our own. It's not... Doesn't mean that we are rejecting the fault on NCSoft or anything like that, but it's like we need to discuss and decide together if we want to take actions. So it's not something that, in general, is something that happens very rarely and that is not easy to change for plenty of reasons.
So yeah, there's no definite change now, but yes, there are some things planned. We will monitor. Well, I don't want to say
for the Balic, but you said, I mean,
I don't want to leak anything.
You said there are some things planned.
Yeah. So at least that I can say. I was allowed to say, so no problem.
Something's gonna happen. So okay. I guess that's something many people wanted to hear. I mean, I myself talk a lot with the content creators also every day. And
I've been dying to say that because like we see the community and we want the best for our players.
I mean, we know.
We don't want, like when we see people complaining about the same topic and again, we
know what the expectations are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we know, we see what you write every day, everywhere. So it's not like we don't know. It's regarding the shop, but something very specific. If people were asking if they could have cube expansion. Right?
Yep. So same as Balic mats, many people have been asking for cube expansion because, well, like with Quest and everything, the inventory goes full very quickly. Then again, I can't give a date as to when you will be able to get Cubo expansions. It will come, that's for sure. The main reason is that as again, so there are two main reasons. First, we are thinking about the long term. Like, it's only been 6 months since Aion Classic went out, so we didn't want to put the Cube expansions too early in the shop. We didn't want to rush everything. And the second reason is that between the time where we think about adding an item in the shop and the time we can actually do it, like it can take a long time, and it's not a time we can reduce. It takes a long of time. It can look very slow, but yeah, we are definitely thinking of adding Cube expansions whenever we can. So yeah, again, I can't give a precise date, but yeah, no, that will happen.
About bans, we cannot discuss bans. We cannot tell you what is been. It's up to support, and we explained many times that
we can just say what we already said in writing, so that every third-party tool is forbidden. Sorry, at best it's tolerated, so it can be used, but it's at your own risk. At any time, it can trigger some security ban or something else. So yeah. Every third-party tool.
Or we can decide that it's bannable and ban you because...
Yeah, exactly.
As you said, everything is forbidden. It means it's forbidden.
Exactly.
So if you use and get banned, you've been warned. That's usually how it looks. Yeah, fellow, there is no news on that topic.
The multi-account,
yeah.
Still not enough.
If there would, we will let you know, of course.
Well, I think many players are waiting for some news on this side, so yeah, we will definitely make a big announcement.
I mean, in general, like all those super important topics, of course, whenever there is something that would change, we will let you know firsthand because it matters to us too, you know, obviously. The wheel.
So yeah, this was a big topic last Wednesday, actually, because it was when it went out. So yeah, as some of you have noticed, we brought the Wheel of Destiny in the Aion shop. So we know many of you are a bit, like, I think we can say scared about it because it brought back many bad memories from stuff we did before. So we brought back the wheel. We are trying out stuff. So for now, of course, the wheel is only cosmetics. I think many people also realize that, so it's okay. Well, at least they think so. So yeah, we're trying stuff. If we see that it doesn't work, we'll just stop doing it. If it works, we'll just keep it. Of course, we don't want to take the same direction we took for live some years ago. So yeah, be reassured on this side. We don't want to go on the same direction. We want to keep things fair. Like we want you to have fun on the game and not be subject to to pay to win.
I see now a question. Do you guys ban cheaters?
Of course. Well, I don't, but support those.
Every day we ban cheaters. Now, do we ban all the cheaters? That's a different question because, of course, it's like the police. You know, you catch as many people as you can. Sometimes you catch them all. Sometimes you don't for different reasons. You don't have enough proofs, or so. Yes, we do.
You just catch them later.
Every day we ban cheaters on Aion. Well, not us. Support. Every day they do.
So yeah, we can't give numbers, but yeah, we definitely ban people every day, every week.
Now, do we catch everyone? Unfortunately, probably not. But it doesn't mean we're giving up. It doesn't mean we'll take it lightly, and it doesn't mean that nothing is done, as usual. It's a bit the same as for the bots, you know. It's like there is only what you see, and what you see is eventually the ones that didn't get caught, because the ones that get caught, you don't see them because they're gone, and because we don't communicate about it.
Because it's only what you see, but many players see different things. So that's why some people see more change than others.
Not to mention the people that are banned for cheating and tell their friends that they stop playing. You know?
Yeah, that's also another one.
I mean, we've seen that many times. Like on other games, you can see CMGM talk on chat. Is there any plan to have more in-game communication? My personal... this is going to be my personal answer. I'm not speaking on behalf of the Aion team. It looks very nice, but it's very inefficient.
And it's very good to...
You would rather have someone dealing with 50 tickets an hour and giving back items that have been deleted by accident and stuff than being on the server and just, hey guys, how are you doing? It's great, it looks good, it feels good because you feel like you are close, but there are way, way, way more important tasks for people to do to actually make the game better than that. And it's very time consuming. If you put people online, GMs online, they're going to talk, because the support is not online. It's not in game. There is a system for that. So I understand the need and the vision that it's so great, but I'm telling you from my 15 years old MMO experience that it's just communication.
But I think Rotary did it a few years ago.
It's not like... The thing is that we have GM in games. I'm not saying... They just usually don't talk. Sometimes they do.
They're in game to check stuff, to look at things.
Exactly. In the shadows, most likely invisible because they are checking bots or cheaters and they don't want to get caught and they want to catch them. That's the thing. It's like, they could maybe they could spend 2 hours talking with you, but meanwhile they wouldn't be helping the guys that need help. So big companies do that. I've played plenty of MMOs that don't have any GM in games. I played like 25 of the biggest MMOs in the last 15 years, and 90% of them didn't have any GM in games. So you see, facts might prove you wrong.
Maybe on community management side, it's something we could do. Like, as I mentioned, we did it a few years ago online.
But of course, in that case, that's just my personal answer. I'm not saying that on behalf of the team. That would just my personal take. You are free to disagree. I am, but
I pretty much agree.
It's not as simple, I would say, as believing that because you have people chatting with you, more stuff is done. Because in the end, rest time is reading Discord every day, all day long, and checking everything there also, and there is plenty of feedback there. So.
Teaming in Arena. So I asked on my end because many players mentioned it. So of course, teaming in Arena is forbidden. It's not how the game was intended to be played. So teaming in Arena is forbidden. It is bannable. So don't do it.
Are you going to adopt NA EN translations? No, NA is a different company. We have no relation whatsoever with them, nor any contract, nor any collaboration, and won't, because that's how it is. We are working with NCSoft, but NC Korea and NA.
We have our own department for translation.
And NA is certainly not going to make translation and give it to us for free when they paid for it. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't understand them completely. Talked about Balic maths. You said something was planned, but was there general drop thing plan or just about Balic materials?
For now, it's only about Balic maths. Of course, if it works, if we see that it works as we intended to, we might do more stuff.
So we're not completely closing the door. In general, we're never really closing the door to changes.
Checking new stuff.
But there is something that we don't like is making promises that we don't hold.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we are very careful with this kind of topics, because we know you expect a lot. And we want to answer this expectation, but we do also have some rules that we have to follow. So we'll go slowly there, but it might happen.
Area of Discipline 3-month season. Do you have any info on that? Because I don't even know the topic that much myself.
Actually, the big topic, I think, is that the Arena season is until January 24th, I think, so 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But the Arena of Glory season, like the tickets you get to enter into the Arena of Glory, is only 20 days, right? 21 days. So this is intended. I asked earlier also. It's 3 weeks of Arena of Glory, and then we're back to Arena of, to the normal Arena in order to gain access to the next Arena of Glory. So it's how we planned it. if we notice, like of course, as usual, we'll keep monitoring everything. If we see that 3 months is too long, that we can totally shorten the season. But yeah, for now, at least this season will stay until January 24th.
I have been playing the game with pleasure for a long time. Thank you for providing this service to us. I had a question about something. I recently pressed nearly 100 plus 5 attack mana stone and I was able to spend 6 slots on only 1 AP clothing. Is there 70% chance shown here a show or not really a reality? If there is something that is said like this is like that, it is. There are no tricks, no hidden nerves. That just simply doesn't exist.
It's like even if we did that, it would just backfire because, like,
we're not even allowed to modify rates on our side.
And even if we just display the fake number, it wouldn't make sense because also you would you would find out, and
we never did,
it
never will do. Like
deal.
it's not,
So it is 70%, but I can say that you were very unlucky on this one. So.
If it's written 70%, unless there would be a bug, but I guess by now it's something that would be known and reported.
No, usually, if it's a bug, like it's something, it's because we changed. Usually, it's because we changed something and we forgot to put it back. But
people also misunderstand a bit. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but stat don't work like it's 50%. I try 10 times and I get 5.
Yeah,
it's probabilities. That's not how it works.
It can be expected, but that's
sometimes you will get 2 as a result. Sometimes you will get 8.
That's it.
And the more attempts you get, the closer you will get to 50%, of course. But that's shop customization preview. Can this become a thing, Lemera? Unfortunately, I think unless NC would like to develop it,
we've been bad news on this side.
We've been dying for this for a very long time, and everyone in the game. I mean, but that would need to be hard implemented on Korean side, some sort of system where we could actually preview the stuff. But let's say the topic is not completely ignored, and. On my side, I'm thinking about some ways to help. We'll come back to details maybe in a month.
Well, maybe we can give a hint because we already saw it in the end.
I mean, you saw some sort of a solution with the fashion show.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
We might discuss something more permanent with showing costumes, involving content creators. I don't want to say too much because there is nothing decided yet, but we are looking into that direction. That would, of course, not replace such a function, but maybe it could help. And whatever can help, we are eager to maybe have a look. Changing the prices in the shop. There is not much to say about that. The prices are set.
Well, we are always checking. Like if something
ultimately if something doesn't sell,
that's it.
But
again, I'm not even sure everything we want to do later, but we will try some stuff. So
you will see sometimes some items cheaper, some items for higher price. We will do some tests, check what works well, what pleases you more, and we'll see how it goes. Could we have in-game less Hello Kitty and modern things and instead have candy skins designed for the Aion style, fantasy medieval? This is totally not up to us. This is entirely Korea. And I mean, you're preaching to a fan here. I'm all for fantasy skins. I personally don't like, I know many people do, I personally don't like the modern stuff like sunglasses, whatever. But that's definitely not something we can have an influence on at all whatsoever.
Well, I do like it,
as far as I know.
Yeah, sometimes it's just too much.
Like cars as amount, But let's not talk about this kind of stuff. So no, we really cannot control what's designed for the shop as costumes and stuff like that.
What we can say though about our current shop is that we didn't want to add lore-related armor, so like really medieval stuff. We want to keep it in-game. We don't want to add such skins in the shop. We want to keep the shop with the more fancy stuff, the more modern costumes and everything. So
Yeah, I think that
part
was
is
the
on us.
intention
Yeah.
there. Because in game, of course, as you know, in game you have plenty of costumes from the dungeons and stuff, which are, in my opinion, super amazing. But
some of them are pretty cool, yeah.
so yeah, that's definitely the case.
But yeah, as terms of general content, that's not up to us.
Can you rework the current event? No, we cannot rework an event in the middle of it.
No.
You know, you think that it's easy, but it would require changing stuff, sending it to Korea, having it back, testing it again, implementing it to the server via an update.
And we usually only do that when it's broken. Like if it's broken, of course, we have to.
And of course, if we run this event again, then we might consider making some changes. But changing an event while it's happening is,
Big no.
It's usually a no. Why don't we have more skins? Because there are not more available. Like
we are adding new skins every week, so
consider Aion Classic and Aion Retail a different game. The fact that you have something in Aion Retail doesn't mean there is an item that exists that can be added to the Aion Classic shop.
Yeah, we had this issue a lot a few months ago. Like we made it clear now, but many players were suggesting skins that are only in Aion Retail, Aion Live, and yeah, we can't bring them.
Like even an item, to put it simple, even an item that you can find in game needs to be made as a shop item, so created differently with a different loca, with a different ID, and blah and blah. So it's not as easy as you might think.
That's what I was mentioning earlier, that it can take some time between the moment we decide to have an item and the moment we can have it in the shop.
Yeah.